Swatch number 25 is our example of a wonderfully eco-friendly fiber called lyocell. Lyocell can come from any sort of cellulose source, so it could be spruce trees or pine trees, or yes, even the vaunted famous bamboo, but it is produced using method that reclaims the solvents so that there isn't pollution created, which the other fibers, no matter what their source of the fiber, if they're made using the viscose method or even the modal method of rayon, cannot claim that they are recycling the solvents. Also, the fiber source is from Forest Stewardship Council certified wood, which is the appropriate way to certify a wood source, not using an organic standard. So this chambray, let's look at it really quickly before I move on to the next one. This chambray, as you can see, is also yarn dyed. So we have the yarns dyed with indigo in the warp and the shorter filling yarns. They are spun yarns because it is made from it's typically made from cotton, and so chambray, the definition means that it's spun. And here you see that shirts and shorts are popular end uses for it. Lyocell is very, very soft, and it will be incredibly durable. So that is one of its nice features. The dimensional stability is excellent. This one here that's made with rayon, on the other hand, it's also spun, which we'll see in just a minute. This is also an example of a heavier weight balanced plain weave. This one here is piece dyed. It's union dyed actually, and we know that because it has one color but two different fiber types. Union means bringing things to be one. So the union in this case is represented by the single color. Right, so heavy or suiting weight. So obviously it can be used for suiting, but then in the interiors world it's used for table linens. And let's take a look really quickly at this butcher rayon, right? And we can see that it's made with the rayon in the spun form, right? Because I can pull off tiny little fibers, right? And it has that matte appearance that the spun yarns have, right? And but unlike the lyocell, rayon will have a lower dimensional stability. Broadcloth is this particular swatch is 65% polyester and 35% cotton. The inclusion of cotton means we know without even looking at it that it's a spun yarn. However, being made from spun yarn is an example of the definition, right? So broadcloth is made from spun yarns. This one is also piece dyed, right? We know it's union dyed because of the two different fibers. But a really important thing to note, I added the little "un" there. This is an unbalanced plain weave. Broadcloth is unbalanced. Moderate resiliency. It is medium weight, and it's used for shirts and dresses and other types of apparel products. And if we take a quick look, mine again will be slightly different than yours. You might notice this might also be used for sheeting, for sheets. Right, so it has that matte appearance that we see with spun yarns. Right, as for the unbalanced, we can't really see it on the surface. There aren't ribs, but it will be unbalanced because it will be quite a lot more warp yarns than there are filling yarns. The only way to prove this to you would be to rip it apart yarn by yarn and show you that there's a lot more in one direction than the other. But that is why, that's why it's considered unbalanced.